Welcome to this week's Wednesday Walkabout. I'm Helen Standen, the Nursery and Greenhouse Manager here at Jenkins. Today I'm going to take you on a behind-the-scenes tour of the nursery and talk about what we do here during the winter. We have three nurseries here at Jenkins: the main nursery, the Browning nursery, and the wood nursery. The main nursery is here behind the Education building. It's on the land that was donated by H. Lawrence Jenkins upon his death in 1968 to honor his wife, Elizabeth Philippe Jenkins, who was an avid gardener and a lover of nature. At this nursery, we have a greenhouse and several hoops. This is where we do our potting and our propagation. This nursery can be on the shady side, so this is where we store our woodland natives, as well as shrubs and trees that we've recently propagated and want to be able to keep a close eye on. This is called the main nursery, but it is not our largest nursery. That designation belongs to the Browning nursery. The Browning nursery is built on land donated in 1973 by the Jenkins neighbor, Louisa Browning. That part of the garden is not open to the public, but if you drive up or down Devon State Road, you'll see the white buildings as well as the hoops and boxes. They're especially visible during the winter when the trees are without their leaves. That's a nice sunny nursery, so it's a great place for us to grow our sun-loving wildflowers. Our third nursery is the wood nursery. It is built on land that was part of the Browning property. The last family member to live there married a Mr. Wood, so that area became known as the wood property. That nursery has in-ground growing beds as well as an area for container-grown plants. Now that we've covered the basic layout, I'd like to talk to you about what we do here during the winter. The first task of winter is to put the hoops and the boxes to bed. The hoops, which have PVC ribbing, create headspace for the trees and shrubs. These get covered with a winterizing film that allow about a 70% light transmission. The boxes are where we store our perennials. Because they die down to the ground, they don't need the headspace. They get covered with an anti-frost blanket. Both the film and the blanket protect the plants in the same way. They moderate the temperatures. They maintain a humidity so we don't have to water during the winter. They also protect against the cold winter winds that can be very drying, and they protect against rabbits that like to chew on the bark. The hoops stay covered until late March, early April, depending on the weather. Once we've covered the hoops, we shift our focus to propagating. At winter, we take evergreen cuttings, deciduous hardwood cuttings, and we sow seeds. The first one we do is the evergreen cuttings. These are done in the greenhouse. We've had great luck with the native hollies and junipers, southern magnolia, pyrrhus, and leucothwae. If you'd like to try propagating your own evergreen cuttings, there are great resources online that will lead you step by step through the process. Don't be afraid if you start reading about fancy misting systems. You don't really need one. At Jenkins, we simply use these plastic bins and we drill holes in the bottom so there's adequate drainage. We fill them with 2 parts perlite, 1 part peat, and we make sure that that's moist before we stick our cuttings in them. You want to watch for condensation on the sides. You want a nice layer of condensation, but not large water droplets. We have a heated floor which encourages root growth, but you can mimic this at home by using a seed propagation mat. Some cuttings take a few weeks, some take a few months. But once they've got their adequate roots, you can pot them up in their own plants and you're set to go. Unlike the evergreen cuttings, our deciduous hardwood cuttings stay outside for the winter. We take the cuttings after the leaves have fallen and the plants have gone dormant. They get pricked into pots and kept outside. Some species that are easy to do are the willows and the red twig dogwoods. Most of our deciduous cuttings we actually take in summer when the wood is softer. They perform better for us. Right now, those cuttings are getting ready to be potted up in the greenhouse, so that's another one of our winter tasks. Our biggest task in the winter is completing our seed sowing. Last year, we sowed over 160 different species. Some go into the greenhouse, but most stay outside in the winter. We put them into deep flats or deep plug trays. This is a process called winter sowing. We winter sow at Jenkins not only because we have limited greenhouse space, but because most of our northern species require a period of cold, moist stratification, which simply means they need to be out in below 40 degrees in moist soil for an extended period of time. Many northern species have genetic inhibitors that prevents them from germinating right before the cold winter comes. Plants that germinate in spring have a better chance of surviving than those that would germinate in the fall. Even some of the species that bloom in spring and set seed in summer will not germinate until they've gone through a cold, moist period. As gardeners, we have to imitate this condition either by winter sowing or by putting our seeds in baggies with moist perlite, vermiculite, or sand and storing them in the refrigerator for the required number of days. How do we know how many days? We have to look it up. There's great books and resources online that will tell you exactly how many days of cold, moist stratification a certain seed will require. If you'd like to try winter sowing some native plants, a great resource for seeds is Prairie Moon Nursery. Their website has all kinds of information on the native range of the species and the requirements for germinating them. As you can see, we're plenty busy here during the winter. Thank you for joining us today on this behind-the-scene tours of the nursery. Please come on out to the garden for a walk. They're beautiful at this time of year. The light's at this angle that makes magical shadows. Soon the spring ephemerals will be popping up. We hope to see you in the garden soon. We're open every day.